Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This one is for Monday the 3rd of April going through until Sunday the 9th of April 2023. I'm outside again today. It's drizzling a little bit, but it's not bad enough for me to stay indoors. I thought I'd come out again for you guys. I really like doing the videos outside. It adds an element of urgency, and I like the external noises and stuff. Okay, so with this weekly horoscope, I'm going to go through each day of the week, as I always do. I'm going to see how the planets interact with each other, so what relationships they form amongst themselves, what energy that creates, and how that then is going to influence all of us down here on planet Earth. Now, this week is really interesting. It's a complicated week. There are a lot of good things, but it's not the easiest to figure out. So there are real opportunities for love and romance and for new connections with people, but there are also these major opportunities for flashes of insight and brilliance and invention and understanding things you've never understood before. It's fabulous. It's very much a rebirth. It's about new ideas, new relationships, new contacts being formed, and it's kind of like a new chapter. It feels very much like that to me when I looked at this. It's like, okay, the seasons are turning, that's in the past, this is what we're looking at now. So it seems very much about the future. It seems optimistic, at least it seems light and positive and friendly. Okay, so starting with Monday the 3rd of April, we've got the Virgo moon forming a trine with Venus and Uranus in Taurus. So the moon is what you feel you can access easily. And Virgo is an earth sign that's ruled by Mercury, the communication planet, which is about analysis, detail, and organization. So you'll really feel like you're on top of things starting here with Monday. With the trine to Venus and Uranus, anything that happens in the physical world that seems chaotic, the analysis of the Virgo moon is going to allow you to really assess the situation quite easily and to find a solution. So if there's anything unresolved, or that there's anything that you need to kind of really devote your attention to for a little bit in order to get some resolution, Monday's the day to do it. And then Venus and Taurus also, if there's something in my love life that I'm not particularly satisfied with, I want to get organized on that, and I want to take action or different steps, or I want to make changes in order to change my relationship situation. So you're very practical, you're very grounded, and even things like love or problems that seem outside of your control, you're going to approach those with a very kind of sober-minded attitude, saying, if I apply myself to this, I can do it. There's nothing beyond me. The Virgo moon then also quincunxes the Sun in Aries, Chiron in Aries, and Jupiter in Aries. These planets lining up, I really love that, because the Sun in Aries is your identity, it's what you're striving towards becoming, or at the moment, it's what's really going to make you feel empowered and yes, I'm doing it right. And the Sun in Aries says, fight for your right, overcome your obstacles, do what you need to do. Don't let the naysayers bring you down, and just keep going. We've got you, we support you. Chiron in Aries is the promise that if I pursue this path of mine, then I'm going to feel better. And I don't think that's a faulty assumption. I think that whatever it is you want to make progress in, there's a healing involved. If I'm terrified of public speaking, but I really have an important message that I want to share, and then I actually find a way to get in front of people and share that message, that's personal healing. The next time you then want to share something, you're going to find it easier, and also you'll feel that sense of pride and accomplishment. And then finally, Jupiter in Aries is the lucky planet. It supports any independent ventures at the moment. This is really the season of the people who are starting new businesses, people who want to become self-employed, people who want to kind of break out of some sort of societal system or norm and want to do their own thing and really create something unique. Mercury enters Taurus at 6:22 in the afternoon. Mercury is the communication planet. In Taurus, it's very literal. It likes ritual, it likes symbols, it gets messages from the real world. So with Mercury being in Taurus, it's very important to now, for the next few weeks, to pay attention to what the world is telling you. And what I mean by that is, let's see, if I'm contemplating a relationship, and I'm saying, okay, I don't know if this relationship, if it's run its natural course, or if I should keep trying. And you've just been walking around in nature, and suddenly you didn't even pay attention, you were lost in thought, and you turn a corner, and there's just a huge expanse of dead trees in front of you. Trees with no life. that could be a symbol from the physical real world, and the fact that you perchance, synchronicity, happen to be in that environment. Those kind of symbols, take seriously. They will guide you and give you answers. And then finally, Mercury in Taurus then squares Pluto in Aquarius. So this is a good time to kind of hone your practical skills and to learn things which actually give you practical skills. So if you want to be a gemologist or a clockmaker, or you want to learn how to be a carpenter, it's, again, a new beginning, a new start in terms of, this is what I want to do in future. This is my new chapter, and I want to pursue this. So Monday is like a wealth of opportunity. It's fabulous. So on Monday, you're very organized, starting with the week, starting the week with the moon being in Virgo. You can get a lot of work cleared off your schedule, and you can get your calendar organized. Anything to do with organization, you do really well. Negotiations are also supported and likely to go in your favor, because you'll be able to provide the right information. You're in research mode, right? You can analyze and make sense of things. So any kind of situation where you have to say your piece or defend your corner or your position, it's a good time to do that on Monday. Watch out for guiding symbols in the physical world. They're there to assist you in making tough decisions on Monday. Tuesday, the 4th of April, we've got the moon still in Virgo, so it's still very earthy. It's very focused on, I want to create order out of the chaos. And, and the sun just came out when I said that. So Tuesday, create order out of chaos, and that's really, I feel, the gift of the day, that you're able to bring peace and serenity to a situation. The Virgo moon then also, where am I? Yeah, the Virgo moon opposes Neptune in Pisces, and it trines Venus in Taurus. So Neptune in Pisces is the water planet of dreams and intuition, and with an opposition to the Virgo moon, it's like, do I focus on the detail in the physical world, or do I focus on my intuition? I think combine both. Look at symbols and see if it resonates, and see if you feel that that is something speaking to you. And also the Virgo moon trines Venus and Taurus. So still, I want to organize my relationships. I want to, if I want to be in a relationship, I want to find ways of doing that. If I want to expand my social circle, I want to find ways of doing that. Helping you with that, immediately after, is the moon going into Libra at 11:51 in the evening. And the moon in Libra really just naturally connects you with other people. It automatically allows you to connect more easily. You see the similarities, not the differences. You're personable, you're charming. The Libra moon then trines Pluto in Aquarius, and quincunxes Mercury in Taurus and Saturn in Pisces. So the Libra moon trining Pluto in Aquarius means that you're able to learn very well from other people. The quincunx with Mercury in Taurus, you're able to learn from physical symbols in the real world. And Saturn in Pisces, your intuition guides you as well. So there's a lot that's kind of providing you with answers, and there's a lot coming in on a spiritual level, on an intellectual level, emotional level. So with all of this, because you may be paying attention to that, you may be feeling a bit lonely and isolated. So there may be a sense that you're constantly kind of trying to figure things out, or you're constantly working, and that kind of love and romance are nowhere to be found. It's a strange kind of moment of, I am dissatisfied. There's not enough here. And the great thing about Tuesday is that the reality is there's a wonderful opportunity to start new connections with people, to spend time with people you enjoy their company. The trick is not to fall for the discouragement, and to get out of yourself to reverse the state of affairs. So it's the difference between me saying, oh, you know, I'm really lonely, I've not had a relationship in ages, I feel so sorry for myself, or I feel sorry for myself that that's the case, and now I'm going to take action steps to make sure that is not going to stay the same for much longer. So it's this really nice proactive approach that you've got going on Tuesday. On Wednesday, the 5th of April, we've got the Libra moon opposing Chiron in Aries. So now there's balance between, do I focus on what I need to do, or do I connect with other people? And if you look at it in a combined way, maybe being around other people on Wednesday is what you're meant to be doing. The Libra moon squares Mars in Cancer, and it quincunxes Uranus in Taurus. So this is very much about I feel in your friendships or in your relationships, there may be some drama going on. Maybe a friend or a family member has some sort of issue that you feel equipped to advise them on or help them on. And if I feel like there may be some sort of chaos or some sort of unforeseen situation that it crops up on this day, and you as a friend or as a family member who cares will want to jump in and intervene and help with that process. Mercury in Taurus sextiles Saturn in Pisces. So again, that's wonderful because it's like the reversal of what we normally feel. Normally we feel we're human beings on this planet and that's it. And then, or that's the main experience. And there's a spiritual aspect to us as well, right? Mercury in Taurus sextiling Saturn in Pisces is, I feel much more connected with my spiritual being reality, and the physical human experience is now is far less important at 20 and 30%. So again, that's a symbol that you're going to get messages, answers to things that are unclear to you intuitively and via the real world. The Sun in Aries then conjunct Chiron in Aries, and that's really nice because it's like, again, it puts the focus on what am I building that's new, that's just my own thing, that is something that will create independence in my life. And that's something that keeps jumping in and reminding you that it's a great opportunity with the Sun, Chiron, and Jupiter, that if there's anything that stems from within, if you find a way of building that on this planet in a real way so other people can engage with it, this is the season of doing that. So it's Monday, there was a reminder for that. Here, Wednesday, there's another reminder. So overall on Wednesday, your relationships are going to be very, very important to you. I feel this is the kind of day where someone miraculous can appear out of the blue and into your life. You know, those moments when you meet someone and it's just like, where did you come from? This is just like, am I dreaming? It's one of those moments. So your intuition guides you very well on this day. Fight for your self-interests and causes that you believe in. The risk of this day isn't being meek and mild-mannered and, you know, shy, but going overboard and flying off into a tirade. So it's pretty volatile. So it obviously that creates issues in your relationships, but I think this appears more in terms of formal relationships like work and contract negotiations where you're likely to fight for your self-interest. I think your personal friendships, your family relationships, new people you're meeting, that's very contented and peaceful. So if there is anything official where you have to go into talks, watch out for that on Wednesday. Yes, you're fighting your own corner, but you can go overboard a little bit and then possibly alienate other people or bring the talks to an end. Thursday, the 6th of April, we have a full moon in Libra. The full moon is when the sun and the moon oppose each other. The moon reaches this completion point in its 28-day cycle and it lets go of the energy. So it showers us in Libra energy, and Libra is a bridge with a bump in it. It's about connection, right? Connection to the higher realms, connection to other people, connection with information, and really using connection in order to overcome life difficulties. People have different strategies, right? Okay, so I'm presented with life. How am I going to manage it? Okay, I'm going to educate myself and I'm going to become a specialist and then I'm going to take care of myself. Other people say, I'm going to try a network and create as many wonderful relationships as I can in order to provide a support network that can... People have different ways of doing that, right? So, with the full moon in Libra, it's now really a time to connect in a sense that is, it feels like you're overcoming obstacles for yourself and for other people. It's a time of reconciliation, and it's even more now a period of making new relationships and being optimistic about the future and who could come into your life. The Libra moon then opposes the sun in Aries, Jupiter in Aries, and Chiron in Aries. So the Libra moon is saying relationships. Let's be fair-minded. Let's look at the community. What is everyone going through? And the opposition, so there's major friction now between the sun in Aries, my needs. Jupiter in Aries, I feel lucky when I meet my needs. And Chiron in Aries, it's important for me to do something for myself in order to feel healed, versus I want to look at the community. So that's interesting, because what that says to me is, so on Thursday, surround yourself with like-minded people who are trying to build something of their own. I think to me that sounds like a perfect like business networking thing, because then you can make connections with people who are on their own mission, and then maybe you can help each other out. So I think this is a day where people of like-mindedness can come together. The Libra moon quincunxes Uranus and Venus in Taurus and Neptune in Pisces. So if there are any unforeseen circumstances, having people around you, a support network, that will feel very comforting and helpful. There is the wonderful opportunity to start a new relationship and to meet someone completely unexpected. And Neptune in Pisces is the dream. So this is like the day of romance. It's amazing. So I've put here Thursday, the 6th of April, ultimately is relationship season, because that is really the focus, the support. That's what you can really make something new happen with. So it's time to enjoy the spring. People waking up after a long winter in the Northern Hemisphere, and getting ready to make these new connections. That's what this vibe is all about. If you're looking to change your relationship status, it's a great day to get out and about. There's major romance in the air, and again, there's potential for this ethereal moment of someone appearing out of the mists to walk into your life. It's allow yourself to be surprised. And sometimes I've had these experiences, and it comes at the most unexpected times. It's like, oh, it's been bleak for a while now, and ta-da, suddenly something is here. It's amazing. Friday the 7th of April, we've got the moon entering Scorpio at 5:29 in the morning. So the moon in Scorpio is very psychic. It's very able to uncover hidden secrets. It's intuitive. It's able to heal. It's creative. It's tuned into frequencies and the occult. So it's very aware of what's going on a deeper level in life. So you can read people very well intuitively when the moon is in Scorpio. The Scorpio moon opposes Mercury in Taurus. So now it's like, I want to listen to my intuition much more so than I want to look for physical symbols in the real physical world. It squares Pluto in Aquarius. I'm also not so interested in being educated right now. My intuition is what I want to listen to. It trines Saturn in Pisces. My foundation, my base, is my spiritual awareness and my truth and what I feel to be good and right for me. And then Mars in Cancer. Okay, so that throws a spanner in the works, because you're so focused on your relationships now, right? If you meet someone and you're infatuated with that person, and these other people come along and say, do you know what? Some of the things you told me about your new potential boyfriend kind of gave me a few red flags. You know, the 20-year imprisonment, you know, those kind of things. Even if it's super reasonable, if someone comes to you and says these are red flags and you should pay attention because they're real, you're going to be very unlikely to look past your emotions and to accept reason. So be aware of that on Friday. You're very committed to what you feel is important to you right now. Venus in Taurus sextiles Neptune in Pisces, and partially that's responsible because it's the dream of a relationship. So, okay, so let me clarify. The thing about this week is romance and relationship genuinely is super, super supported, and it really can happen. And on some level, of course, you're going to wear, initially when you meet someone new, you have rose-tinted spectacles on and you see all the wonderful things and stuff. But you're so positive and you're so willing to see the good in people that you may miss some of the red flags. So that's the only warning I'm giving here. So please, relationships, romance, if you're single, go out and see what's happening out there. But do kind of once in a while remind yourself that common sense is also required. I've had experiences where I've been on it's so stupid, I shouldn't even mention this, but where I've been on a date with someone and we've had a really good time, and 3 hours in I've been madly in love with the person. I don't even know them, and then I wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, the love is gone. What was that about? It's like madness sometimes. So that's the kind of thing I'm not saying it is going to be madness, but I think there's an aspect of like a euphoric sensation when you do meet new people that you're super interested in. Just keep your feet planted on the ground and don't immediately elope after, 24 hours together. Mercury in Taurus sextiles Mars in Cancer. So I want to take care of people in a practical way. I want to be there for them. I want to spend time with them and do things that help them. So with the moon going into Scorpio on Friday, you go into detective mode. You may want to review what's been done this week and try and put structures in place to avoid future frustrations or regrets. That may be helpful, but don't forget about the wonderful new connections that you can still make, and don't isolate yourself on this day if possible. I mean, you can do both. You can do the inner work and meet new people, but if you had to pick one or the other, pick like the opportunity to start all these new great relationships. Okay. Saturday, the 8th of April, we've got the Scorpio moon opposing Uranus in Taurus. So there may be some resistance to anything that is chaotic or doesn't make sense. You're not going to immediately say, okay, I accept it. You're going to really look into that and see what is really going on here. Scorpio moon trines Neptune in Pisces, so your creativity is heightened, your intuition is heightened, psychic ability is heightened. If you're working intuitively as a healer, Saturday is the day to do it. Quincunx is Jupiter, the Sun, and Chiron in Aries. So again, it's very much about, I want to follow my emotional truth in order to resolve problems, or in order to simply be true to myself. That is very important to you at the moment. Mercury and so with that, you're very unlikely to kind of betray yourself or sell yourself out. So trust yourself. If someone is making you an offer that's just unreasonable, you're not going to be bamboozled into doing that or feel insecure and like, I have to take this opportunity because there's nothing else. Mercury in Taurus sextiles Mars in Cancer. Still, it's I want to be there for the people I love and care about in a practical way. So Saturday, the 8th of April, your analytical work really pays off and you find the solution to an irritating problem. That information clears the way for you to realistically follow a new path in your life, and because it is revealed to you, and a symbolic ritual to cement a resolution or the setting of an intention will create an indelible imprint in your mind on this day and will give you certainty and commitment. So you've been figuring out a problem, suddenly ding, I get what the problem is, and because now I get it, this is no longer an issue, I can go in this direction which I haven't been able to go before. To cement that decision that I am now going to follow that path, do some sort of physical ceremony, light a candle, or go in the woods and hug a tree, or I love stuff like that. I've done a few rituals in my life and I remember them like decades later. They're super powerful, and on Saturday the 8th, that kind of energy is massively supported. So let's say you want to start a new business, right? And to start this new business, you make the decision on this day and you say, I'm going to create a bonfire in my backyard to cleanse away any of the doubts, to cleanse away the past, and to really bring the fire and the heat into this new project of mine. You're going to remember that bonfire for a long time. And if you've never tried that kind of thing, try it. There's a real magic to those kind of rituals. Finally Sunday, the 29th of April, we've got the Scorpio moon opposing Venus in Taurus, and it trines Neptune in Pisces. So there's real sexual tension here. The Scorpio moon, my feelings, what I really find the truth. The opposition of Venus and Taurus, I want to connect with other people, experience love and romance, and not just experience my inner truth, but I long to experience the truth of another human being emotionally, physically. And it trines Neptune in Pisces. I want to experience the dream when it comes to love and romance. So even if you're someone who's not interested in this, you may be surprised on Sunday that like, why am I having all these romantic notions here? The moon enters Sagittarius at 2:57 in the afternoon. You become more adventurous, outward looking. The inner work fades off and you're much more interested in having real world experiences that fire you up. The Sagittarius moon then squares Saturn in Pisces. I want to go on a spiritual adventure and strengthen myself, or even go on a physical adventure, like a personal pilgrimage that shows me who I am. Like I went to Lourdes in France to take the healing waters. And to me, it was like a kind of ritual pilgrimage that said, I'm making a commitment to my own personal healing. So it could be in a physical way, something like that, where you're in a place and spirituality is combined with it, or it could be a spiritual adventure through meditation, like a vision quest, journeying. The moon then also sextiles Pluto in Aquarius. I'm interested in other people. I want to learn what they have to say. Maybe that can transform my own ideas. It quincunxes Mars in Cancer and Mercury in Taurus. That's been present for the last few days. I want to be there for people I love. I want to use my resources, my time, my capabilities to help people in a practical way. So that's going to be really satisfying towards the end of the weekend. And usually when you're doing that kind of thing, people respond very, very well and often will reciprocate, because it's like, you help me, I help you. Lovely. Brotherhood of man. Harmony. Charming. Okay, so as you can see, it's a super interesting week. Relationships are fabulous. Innovations, ideas, understanding, really fabulous. So this is an empowering week where you can make a fresh start with things and really cement this new birth. Oh, by the way, Sunday is also Easter, right? I was brought up like a Christian, so I mean, even though I mean, you guys know about my thing with the Christian church, the one holiday that I do kind of resonate with is Easter. You know, it's something didn't work out, basically. Sorry, any theologians watching, this is going to be the most simplified version of Easter ever. But something, to put it mildly, didn't work out, and it's completely been destroyed, and all hope is lost. And then it is reborn, and it returns of its own power, and it's a miracle, because it's like nothing is ever lost. And to me, that's so comforting. I may be deluded that I'm telling myself, do you know what, Greg, you can start over and over and over and over and try again. But I'd rather be deluded than lose that hope, you know? I think that rebirth, no, what am I talking about? Rebirth is a fundamental human ability. Pluto in our natal chart shows our ability to be the phoenix and to rise from the ashes. That's a natural cycle of life, that things get destroyed and then are reborn. I mean, the thing with the trees, same thing. In the winter they're bare and then new leaves. Okay, whatever. Okay guys, so that's what I get for you this week. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you'd like a personal reading, in my personal readings I use astrology, and the astrology chart, your astrology chart, I draw up by using just a few bits of information, right? I need your date of birth, I need your place of birth, and your time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then you can order a chart rectification with me on my website, gregoryscott.com. That's a process where you send me 10 or more life events, significant life events, and then I can work out manually what time you were born on that day. And then once I have that info, I draw up your birth chart and I look at it as a wheel. And I always call that a blueprint of your soul, because it tells me everything. And I'm always amazed like that I have access to this stuff, because it shows me your life purpose, your strengths and weaknesses, things that may have disappointed you, where the wound is, where your ego tries to hold you back. What's kind of, you know, the thing about astrology also is a part of it is what's destined, what's written, and also where you have free will and you can create your own life. And astrology is in the middle and it shows you the choices you have. It's amazing. I can also look at what's coming up in future, living situations, specifics. If you have questions about a particular partnership or relationship, if you're compatible, any questions you may have, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading via my website, gregoryscott.com. I also use the tarot, numerology, and my intuition as I go. So if you would like to speak to me, get in touch. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, please. Hit subscribe and share the video online. I'm going to make the video on the full moon in Libra. Let me just double check that's right. Yeah, the full moon in Libra that happens on the 6th of April. I'll make that over the next few days, so keep an eye out for that. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best. Take care.